So we just hit a massive goal. We just hit millionaire status by 30 years old and we're super hyped up. It took us 7 years to get here, and today I'm gonna share you the 9 things that we did to get here. And to put it in perspective, we had a negative net worth 7 years ago. For anyone watching this video that think they can't get to this point, you're lying to yourself. It's a self-limiting belief, and I'm here to show you exactly how you can do it. And if you want to take your finances to the next level and hit every financial goal that we've hit and also that you have on your list, go ahead and sign up for a free call with my team today, and we'll see if you're qualified for Budget Dog Academy, which saves the average student over $20,000 per year. Tip number 1, budgeting. Budgeting and Budget Dog kind of go together, and it makes a lot of sense. So I talk about this a lot. I talk about the foundation and the principles of how we got to where we are, and having a clear financial plan, which includes the budget but not everything, was a huge piece of the equation from getting from point A to point B. Back in 2016, we had no idea where our money was going. It was very emotional in our heads, and everything we thought we were spending on, we were entirely wrong about. When we actually did a 3-month look back analysis of our credit card statements and bank statements, we were appalled. We found an extra $1,000 per month, which we then took and put it towards an additional principal payment to our student loans, which fast forwarded that entire process. Having a budget is key. Do not let this be in your head. Do not put your fixed expenses on a piece of paper. Really get a good detailed budget in place. And I even have a free budget template, which is in my link in my bio and also in the show notes below, that you can take advantage of today and just start this process. Number 2 is we paid off all of our debt, including our mortgage. There's something emotional about paying off all debt. There's something where you can invest more, you live more freely, and you don't have the change wrapped around your neck. Personal finance is bigger than math, and we are all human. So when we feel free, we act different, and it gets us further. We were able to shave off 40% of our minimum payments. We can invest more, we can live more freely. I'm now a stay-at-home dad and running my own business with my daughter because we were able to take that leap of faith because we were debt-free. Most people think you have to use leverage the entire time. We used zero leverage along this entire process. We paid off debt as soon as possible, we got out of it, and we never planned to go back to it. And as I say often, personal finance is bigger than math, and we are a living example playing out real time. Number 3 is increasing our income. I want people not to get too caught up in this one though, because increasing income is important. But increasing income just gives you speed. It does not give you direction. So you need to do all of these other things to actually become a millionaire. If you have speed without direction, you're gonna crash and burn, and it's not gonna work. You have to stop chasing money, and you have to build a directional plan in line with your goals and values. Once you have that, focus on increasing your income for sure. One cool thing along the journey that we were able to do was from $0 to $800,000 in net worth, we worked 2 W-2 jobs and did a ton of side hustles. We're talking construction, mason work, 20/20 drawings, all of these types of things that added up to our largest year of side hustle extra income was $25,000 extra dollars, which was incredible. So anybody out there thinking that they can't make extra money on the side, they're just lying to themselves. This is entirely possible, and we're showing you exactly what we did. For example, when I was on PTO at Deloitte, I would go work a side hustle at a construction site from Monday through Friday every single day of the week from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. and I would make $12 an hour. But I would do this consistently on the weeks that I was off from PTO as well as the weekends. So it's just an excuse if people are saying, I can't do it. So it's entirely possible if you want to do it. It's just up to you. It's the decision. Not to mention, when we paid off our debt and when we started increasing our income and getting in a better financial position, I became more confident to take the leap of faith from Deloitte and leave my W-2 to pursue Budget Dog full-time. And ever since I went to Budget Dog full-time, we've increased our wealth substantially. Because I took that leap of faith that I was afraid to at first. But you have to become financially free, set the foundation, build your wealth, and then start to take bets on yourself. So number 4 is no FOMO investing. The entire way from 23 to 30, we did not one time FOMO invest, or the fear of missing out. Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, day trading, Forex, none of those things were part of our process. We ignored all of the hype. We just invested in low-cost index funds and ETFs, the foundational principles I talk about all the time that are going to put you in the top 10% of investors, and I'll talk about that more in step 8. But this is really all we did this entire time, is focus on the foundational principles of finance. And it's okay to take risks. We have taken a lot of risk along the way. Calculated risks are a massive part of wealth building, but we did it the right way and we swung big where we could. And it wasn't on a Dogecoin out there, which is a crap investment. Number 5 is we saved greater than 20% of our income. This entire journey for the last 7 years, we at least saved greater than 20%. It has gotten as high as 75% of our take-home pay along the entire journey. So what we've done as we were investing, as we were paying off debt, we were taking all of our additional income and putting it towards our goals. So as our income increased, we really stayed flatline from an expense standpoint and took that difference and threw it to our investments. This was a massive part of our wealth building, and this is why a lot of people are held back. And there's a time and place to splurge, and we've done that along the way. We did not live on rice and beans, as Dave Ramsey says. We really lived life. We went to Cabo, Curacao, Punta Cana. We went to a lot of different places along the way. We traveled, we had a good time, we spent money, but we knew the bigger picture and our bigger why. So we didn't spend on reckless things. We would spend on things that brought value to our life, which were traveling. So traveling before children were here was a big piece. I think the biggest thing here is most people just splurge too early. Or they just are reckless about their decisions in their 20s. Oh, I want to live life, YOLO, you only live once, you're only young once. These things aren't mutually exclusive. You're able to have fun in your 20s and also be responsible. Number 6 is automating your bills and investments. This might be the most important tip of this entire thing, and it might be the most boring tip of the entire thing. Being able to automate your bills and investments is the most critical piece of the human element, because as humans, we are not consistent by nature. So being able to automate on a consistent schedule your debt payoffs or your investments or your bills is going to change your life entirely. And I'll give you an example. I'm 2 days removed from the ICU with my daughter. On Friday morning, my daughter had a really ugly seizure that lasted an hour and 30 minutes, and we were not able to obviously invest. That was the last thing on my mind on a Friday morning when that happened. But we had an automatic investment into our taxable brokerage that comes out weekly that just automatically came out. That has saved us so many times along the way, along the 7-year journey, is because we're busy, we're on the run. People, are just always doing something. They're always busy. So to manually invest and expect you not to have emotions also with investing along that journey is crazy talk. You need to set up automatic investments and just feel comfortable that it's always going to be going in. The decision fatigue, the emotional piece, the stress that comes with manually investing is not worth any bit of your time. Number 7 is we didn't fall victim to lifestyle creep. So along this entire journey, we set our lifestyle at 23 and we're still living at the same lifestyle at 30 because we're confident and content in what we do and what we have. We're not worried about what a boss has, what a family member has, what a friend has, what a colleague has. We're happy with what we have. We don't want a bunch of fancy stuff for the idea of fancy stuff. We want income and money to live the life that we want to live, and that's not part of it. Oftentimes, lifestyle creep comes in. So as you're making more money and you're going up the totem pole from an income perspective, so does your income, and that gap remains the same the entire time, and people never build wealth as a result. As our income went up, we flatlined from an expense standpoint. And there's nothing wrong with going up a little bit, but you need to add separation as you go up in income from expense, and that's how you build tremendous wealth at a fast pace. So if you're content and you're confident in yourself, you won't worry about what everybody else is doing. You're just going to worry about what you do. And this is going to speed you up a lot. Number 8 is investing in low-cost index funds and ETFs. I talk about this all the time as being fundamental and foundational to personal finance. And a lot of people laugh online and they think it's boring and all this stuff. But the funny thing about that is good investing should be boring. And so for the day traders out there, for the stock traders, they're not going to beat this method. They can think they will, and they'll do it for their entire life and do a lot of manual work to get there, and we'll still beat them. We'll put ourselves in the top 10% of investors this whole entire time. The average investor over the last 20 years has had a 3.6% return, where the average market was a 9.5% return, almost 3x that. So if you're just the average market, you're gonna crush the average investor. And that concept is usually misunderstood as people think average market means average investor, but that's entirely false. So the average investor that's trying to be active and do all these things is usually gonna fall well below the average market. So if you're the average market and you couple that with contributions and time, you're gonna be wealthier than the active day trader out there. And I have all the stats in the world to back that. And my favorite 3 index funds, and disclaimer, this is not investment advice, is VTSAX, the total US stock market, VTIX, the total international stock market, and VEMAX, which is emerging markets. About 1/4 of VTIX has emerging markets. So this is additional exposure into the emerging markets world. But again, you have to be with Vanguard in order to invest in these things. And this is also not investment advice. You have to understand your specific situation, your risk profile, your goals, and all that kind of stuff. I am 30 years old with a different risk profile than you. I'm likely a different age than you. I likely have different goals than you, and I likely have a different situation than you. So this might not make sense for you. So this is not to blindly go buy these investments and think that you'll become a millionaire overnight, because that's not what happens. You have to align your portfolio with your risk profile and your goals. And in the top right hand corner, I'll show you exactly how to do that. In number 9, I think this is the most important, but also the place where everyone tunes out: consistency. If we did not do the other 8 things for 7 years straight, there's not a chance in the world we would be at where we are today. Consistency is the hidden trait of success. It really is. Most people feel motivated for a week, for a month, or whatever that may be, and it fades. Motivation can be fleeting. You have to remember your bigger why and understand what you're here really for. And being able to do that when you're down is going to help you. Also, the automation component is going to help take out the human element of, floating emotions and keep you very consistent the entire time. So that's another reason why automation is a key component to personal finance. So don't expect you to feel motivated this entire journey. In fact, we didn't feel motivated at many times, but we had everything else in place for a long period of time to keep us consistent over a 7-year journey. All of a sudden, at the end of the 7 years, everyone wants to say we're overnight successes or anything like that. But if you've been following me for a long time, the last 3.5 years I've been posting day in and day out, every single little step that we've been doing and telling you guys, this is how you build wealth. This is the secret. There's nothing else to it besides just doing it and showing up. And so I've been doing this for 4 years before online, and then also 3.5 years since being online. And we're gonna continue this journey for 20, 30, 40, 50 years for our entire life. So if you wanna hit all your financial goals and do exactly what I'm doing with an automated process that takes no more than 30 minutes per month, go ahead and book a free call in the show notes below. But I only want people that are serious. This call is not intended to pick my brain or just have a fun call for 30 minutes. This is to see if you qualify for Budget Dog Academy, which saves the average student an extra $20,000 per year. I'm looking for serious people that really want this and they're gonna make a big investment in themselves. With that being said, guys, leave any comments, questions, or concerns in the comment section below, and I'm gonna answer every single one of your guys' questions to make sure that I can help you as much as possible. And I will see you guys in the next video.